When people come into church and you walk in the doors, you want to be known, you want to be seen. After volunteering for, 3-4 years at the Welcome team, I felt a little stagnant. I knew that I was volunteering. I was doing all the right things. I had my relationship with Jesus. I was getting fed, but I wasn't making any attempt to get close to people at church. And I just felt the whisper of conviction from God that it was time to look for other connections. So growing up, home wasn't a safe place at all. So as an adult, after having kids and getting married, I created this, I would say it's like a bunker, my homestead, where I know that I'm not gonna be hurt here. I know that I'm loved here. I knew that I could just be in isolation. And even though sometimes I felt really lonely, at least I was safe.
It was a place where we could be 100% ourselves without fear of judgment as well. It was kind of safe on two different ways, but also kept us isolated in two different ways. Liz was actually much more open to the idea of specifically getting involved the way we did. Me getting involved in Rooted, I wasn't sure. I put asterisks all over everything. I said, well, I'll do it if this happens and if that happens, and I was resistant at first too. We really tried to intentionally put ourselves in a group of people we didn't know, of people who we never would have probably at any point on a Sunday gone up to and started a conversation with. But it's so good that we did, because now some of these people are super important in our life and have become confidants to us and have become people we reach out to for direction and advice, and we're friends with them on a level, like you said, that we probably never would have been any other way. We had a tendency, because both of our testimonies are so heavy and so trauma-filled and so intense, that one, to kind of not share them as deeply as we should, and being pushed into that place with people we don't know and getting to that vulnerable place really opened it up for others to be able to share their stories and where they came from.
I got a chance to see that I could be myself, and I'm not too much, and I'm not too needy, and I'm not bad. My testimony isn't bad. It's actually beautiful that God's been redemptive and restorative in my life. I think Jesus has spoken through so many people at Rise into my life that I'm no longer caught in the chains of people aren't gonna love me, or I'm not good enough for Jesus, or I'm able to be my true, authentic self because of the hope and healing that has happened at church through people that Jesus has used and spoken through. It's led to us hosting so many people in our home, and we wanna I wanna be that for someone else. We wanna be that for someone that's hurting.
I think one of the most common, disbeliefs, right, even in the Bible, is, who am I? I'm not qualified for this. Right? There's so many people who say, oh, I don't know the Bible good enough, or, oh, I've got too crazy of a story. And it's the people with the crazy stories are exactly the people who need to be reaching out to other people, because you're the ones who's gonna be able to be most relatable to others with crazy stories, Our Rooted group, after we were able to get to that level of vulnerability with each other and everything that Rooted really takes you through, and that level of connection that you get with one another, we took our group and we were able to go and just turn it into a life group.
When we have people over, there's so many kids, there's so many adults, and we just all be standing. So we actually went out this week and got a table. It fits 10, it probably could fit 12 if we wanted it to. We found hope and healing at a table, and I just want everyone at Rise City to know that there's a seat for you at a table. My prayer for my table, your table, Rise City's table, is that chains will be broken, hardened hearts will be softened, that we'll find hope and healing in Jesus' name, that there's gonna be joy, that there's gonna be peace, and that we're gonna grow as a community and be a family.